Okay, originally this was supposed to be a things I wanted for Xenoverse 3 video. But with the recent announcement of Sparking Zero, obviously a lot of our attention for the Dragon Ball fanbase has been on Sparking Zero. Everybody's been talking about this game for literal months, since the first trailer dropped when it was just Goku turning Super Saiyan God, or Super Saiyan Blue I guess, and everybody's been talking about it. So I'm gonna give my top 10 things that I want for this game. This isn't really in a specific order, so let's get into it. And to start us off at number 1 is some of, if not most of the things we had in the original Budokai Tenkaichi games. Let me explain. Now, obviously, in the original Budokai Tenkaichi games, there were a lot of cool things and a lot of cool features that some games, especially recent games, lack, such as different game modes, like the actual World Tournament stage, which is really awesome. The other World Tournament stage, which didn't actually have a map, but now is a good opportunity to give us that. And also, things like Chi-Chi's commentary. For those of you who don't know, that in the Budokai Tenkaichi 3 game, when you would go on a different character, and you would press on them, you can scroll down and then you could get Chi-Chi's commentary, and she would say things like,
"He's always been problematic."
Or things like,
"I have no interest in the differences of a Super Saiyan, but those muscles are incredible."
Which is really interesting because it gave more life to the game and to the AIs, I guess. Also, game capture. I miss being able to record matches that I had with my friends or my brother, for example, in whether it be Budokai Tenkaichi 3 or Raging Blast 2, because a lot of us didn't really have like the recording softwares or something like that to record our matches with, and then look back at it and probably either look back at it and laugh, look back at it and argue about it, or just learn from your mistakes or teach others from their mistakes. You know, fun things like that. Those are just a few things that I would want from the older games. Also, character interactions, whether it be before, mid, or after the fight, would be awesome. And at number 2, we have better animated story mode. Now, I don't know if we're going to have a story mode, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. I haven't heard any news about a story mode. All I've really heard was we're going to have battles, and that's about it. But I'm pretty sure we're going to have other modes besides just regular fighting. But if we do have a story mode, I do want it to be a lot better animated than what we got in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, or hell, even Raging Blast 2. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not expecting us to get, like, amazing cinematics how we got in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot or in the superhero movie, but something that looks pleasing to the eye. And with the animations that we got in a lot of the trailers, I feel like it could definitely be done. Let's try it. Who knows? You never know. Coming in at number 3, this is something that probably might not happen, and it's crossplay. Like, a lot of people have different devices that they game on. We have people who play on PC like myself, or Xbox, PlayStation, or the Switch. But that's just basically to show that other people play different consoles and different devices. I know we're not going to get co-op play, but crossplay would be awesome. A lot of people have different devices, and it would be awesome if I could play with my friends who don't have a PC, or people who have Xboxes could play with their friends who don't have an Xbox. It would connect us a lot closer together. Look, we're a Dragon Ball community, man. We're all about being closest and arguing and not being able to read. This is like the number 1 thing for a Dragon Ball game. Sparking Zero has been one of the most anticipated games, so try it. Try to make it happen. Let's see where it goes from there. And on number 4, we have what if characters / stories. What if scenarios and characters are no stranger to Dragon Ball games. We've had characters like Krillin, Yamcha, and we've even had original characters in, games like Xenoverse who have introduced brand new characters, or even fighters who have introduced Android 21. Xenoverse introduced us Mira, Towa, Demigra, Kronoa, the list goes on in that game. I want characters that are either from other games or just what-if characters, like how we had Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta in Raging Blast 2. Those are awesome choices. We could bring in Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, or even Super Saiyan 3 Broly. Super Saiyan 4 Broly would be awesome. I've heard a lot of people say they wanted that character to be in the manga. So who knows, let's give that a shot. Throw in some like crazy fusions like Gokhan or Trunks 10 or whatever their Vegeta and Trunks fusion would be called. There's so many options here. I feel like having a what-if character would be awesome in every Dragon Ball Z game. Like I said, I'm pretty sure damn near every Dragon Ball game has had at least one what if character in there. Who knows, we might even get Xeno Goku, but that's just reaching really far out at that point. But who knows, a lot of people want it to be DLC and a lot of people want it to be in the main roster. I personally feel like if we do get what if characters, it shouldn't be in the main roster. It should be either pre-order DLC or in next DLC, because we all know damn well this game is gonna have DLC. Ain't no way this game is not gonna have DLC, especially with the amount of characters Dragon Ball has now. And speaking of characters, here at number 6, we have manga and movie characters. Now, I know the roster is still being presented to us with every trailer, but I do want manga and movie counterparts of the characters that we get. For example, I don't know if we're only going to get Super Broly, and I don't know if we're going to get only Super Bardock, only Z Bardock. I personally prefer the Z counterpart to Bardock over the Super counterpart, mainly because we didn't get enough screen time with him, but that's besides the point. Also, I want manga characters, like, for example, Manga Gohan in Dragon Ball Super. In Dragon Ball Super, Manga Gohan was actually the one who took out of Kefla, and in the manga, Goku never actually learned Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. He actually mastered Super Saiyan Blue, then he moved on to Ultra Instinct. Kaioken Blue never happened. The attack where Goku goes from God to Blue and punches last second while turning into Blue, and then goes back to God so he could preserve stamina and stuff like that. That was actually a technique that Vegeta made, and Vegeta used that, I believe, on Goku Black. But speaking of Goku Black, also another character in the manga that I would want, he actually goes regular Super Saiyan before he goes Rose. These are all the versions of the manga characters that I would definitely love to see. And if we're going for a movie, I would definitely love to see basically every movie villain, every movie character, you know, long hair Trunks with the ripped sleeve jacket, Dragon Ball Z Broly, Bojack, possibly Hot Jack, but that might not happen because that was a game-only character that had a special with the movie. It's pretty confusing with Hot Jack, but a lot of other characters like Janemba, who most likely will be there, I would definitely love to see, because a lot of the movies are pretty badass. And if we do get some of the movie characters, like Cooler for example, let's get a what if for him too when he goes golden. I don't know. Let's give it a try. And sticking to the theme of characters, damn, I definitely should have put this all in one slot, but number 6 is cast character customizations. Let me explain. So if you look at games like Battle of Z, or games like Xenoverse, and even games like Budokai and Raging Blast, you can modify some aspects of the characters. Like in Battle of Z and in Xenoverse, you get to change their the color of their outfit and their attacks. Holy shit. Now, personally, I prefer the way they did it in Xenoverse, where you get to modify their outfits, like you get to change their outfits or change the color of their outfits, and modify their build, their attacks, and even their transformations. You're probably seeing this on screen right now, but you can see my Goku from Dragon Ball Xenoverse, who's got some drip, if I do say so myself. Yes, I'm very proud of this build, but as you can see, you could modify all of their aspects of their outfit. You could modify everything that they have. Now, imagine in Sparking Zero, most likely they will have different outfit presets. So imagine Goku wearing the same armor that he wore when he trained Gohan in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, but you get to change the outfit color. You get to make it black or make it a different color, you know, make it something, or make it yellow, and then when you go Super Saiyan, it just matches the color and it glows. Or make it red, make it a different color, do whatever you want, but I just feel like we should have that option in the game. And imagine you're fighting somebody else online, and they have a custom variation of their outfit. On the screen that you're seeing right now is my variation of Broly, which again I'm also really proud of, but imagine somebody else fighting you with their custom Broly, or with their custom Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, Gohan, etc. The list goes on. Now again, I don't know if they'll do this, but if they do this, that would be awesome. Like, just try to make it happen, Sparking Zero. I have really high hopes for this game, and it's not a deal breaker if this doesn't happen, so you know. Okay, moving on from characters, at number 7 we have Easter eggs and references. Now again, this is something that no Dragon Ball game is a stranger to. Damn near every Dragon Ball game has a reference or an Easter egg to something. Hell, even the trailer that was just recently dropped had Goku bouncing up and down, like how he did in the Broly movie, which was an amazing reference. Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 3 had Arale, which is a manga that Akira Toriyama made, but that's another character that he worked on, and who knows, we might get references to a lot of other things that maybe Akira Toriyama or Toyotaro has worked on. Again, it happened before, and it could happen again in the future, and it most definitely should happen in this game. Like, imagine you go to select Gohan, and then Gohan has the outfit that some of the characters in Dragon Quest, again, a game that was designed by Akira Toriyama, it has his art style. Imagine having Gohan wearing an outfit similar to that, or Trunks for that matter. Trunks would actually look like he's from Dragon Quest because he has a sword. So would Tapion. Tapion would also be an amazing character to add into the game. The list can go on when it comes to references and Easter eggs. Now for number 8, this isn't something that I'm too worried about, and that is badass soundtrack. There isn't a single Dragon Ball game that I know doesn't have an amazing soundtrack. Go ahead, I dare you. Name me one Dragon Ball game soundtrack that is anything but amazing. Okay, Xenoverse doesn't count. But still, Dragon Ball games all have amazing soundtracks, from Budokai Tenkaichi 3 to Budokai 2 to just straight up Tenkaichi and Raging Blast, Fighters. All of these games have amazing soundtracks. And again, this isn't really something I'm too worried about, but it's something that I do want. So give me that Sparking Zero. The game looks amazing. All we need now is an amazing soundtrack. And now for number 9. And again, this isn't something that I am too worried about, because again, damn near every Dragon Ball game had this, and that is a badass opening. Every Dragon Ball game has a badass opening, and you're not gonna tell me otherwise. From the Xenoverse 1 to a Raging Blast 2 to every Budokai game in the series, every Dragon Ball game had an amazing opening, except for Xenoverse 2, because we all know how that ended up.
Attention, all proud warriors!
Yeah, no, I don't want another fiasco like that. I just want an amazing opening, whether they use the characters from the game, whether they draw it or use CGI, it doesn't matter. I want a badass opening, because again, I don't want what we got from Xenoverse 2.
Attention, all proud warriors!
No, thank you. And last but certainly not least is number 10 with dramatic / ultimate finishes. So whenever you play in fighters, whenever you beat somebody in a certain way, or you get off an ultimate whenever the health is down or like at a really low level, you get ultimate finishes or dramatic finishes. That being a very cinematic way to beat a certain character. The same thing happened in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, where you can defeat a character in a cinematic way, but that was mostly part of the story mode, but still doesn't change the fact that you can beat them in a cinematic way. This is something that I've been wanting in a Dragon Ball game for years, literal years. This is something that we haven't had since, I guess, Budokai Tenkaichi 3, when I guess the map would shift and explode and the whole world would just be destroyed, but your opponent is dead. I want this in Sparking Zero. This is something that I need in Sparking Zero. And I saw that the map gets destroyed and stays destroyed in the game. This is something that we desperately need. This is not a want, this is a need. Again, not a deal breaker, but for the love of God, please give it to us. Also, if we perfect our opponent, I want to hear something like perfect to indicate that we styled on our opponent and got the perfect. But yeah, that's been my top 10 things that I want in Sparking Zero. This video came out to be a lot longer than I anticipated it to be. I actually wanted to be a pretty quick one, but I guess I got carried away. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys want in Sparking Zero, and let me know if you agree or disagree with some of my comments and some of my wants in the game. Some of you can say, hey Cloud, we wanted this, or hey Cloud, we wanted that. And also let me know if you guys want to hear my Xenoverse 3 list. That wasn't a bit. I actually do have a list for things that I would have wanted to see in a hypothetical Xenoverse 3. So if you guys want to see it, let me know in the comments. And also, sorry that this video is kind of all over the place. I'm in the middle of moving back from the UK, so just bear with me. That's why some of the audio sounds a little different, the volume and some of them sounds different. And this video actually needed a lot of editing because some of the trailers were being dropped as I was making this. My name is Cloud, and I'll see you all in the next stream or video. Thank you and goodbye.